Notre Dame recently picked up two new commitments along the defensive line, including the Irish's first commitment in the 2025 class. And to break down this news, we're bringing in blue and gold analyst Tim Hyde. So, Tim, let's first look at the new commitment in the class of 2024. This news broke Saturday right around noon Eastern time, so just a couple hours before the blue gold game. Cole Mullins from Mill Creek High School, just what is that, northeast of downtown Atlanta, maybe 30 minutes northeast of downtown Atlanta, from one of the top high school programs really in the state of Georgia. Tim picked Notre Dame over Wake Forest, Duke, Georgia Tech. Those are some of the schools he visited, but a pretty long list of offers, and someone who was a little bit of a late riser too. Miami, USC, Stanford, Northwestern, West Virginia, some of the schools on his offer list. So visited Notre Dame, what would that have been, April 19th or so, the Wednesday before the blue gold game, and then commits in short order. So let's pop on the film. Tim, why don't you tell us what you see on his tape?
Yeah, the first thing I noticed is what he's just high energy. I mean, this guy has a motor that will just go, go, go. You know what? There's a handful of these guys the last couple of years. I kind of compare him, not body type or whatnot. I'm talking energy, the way he plays, the way he swarms to the football. He reminds me of Gobira, Brennan Vernon. Notre Dame's the really good Chicago kid out of 2025 that they're recruiting has a high motor. We'll talk about 25 down the road, but there's a handful of these just energizer bunnies, and you see him and he just gets after it. He's relentless. You've seen him play Mike, Viper, strong side DN in multiple positions. So with him being 6'4", I just envision this guy just going to eat, and he's going to grow. He's going to grow into a nice strong side defensive end guy, probably, who's going to be a 2 deep guy. With Notre Dame, you always think 8 linemen pretty much over the last, 7-8 years. The philosophy's been since Clark Lee took over in 2017 was play a lot of guys. So he's definitely a guy who could be in that top 8 and play a bunch of football for Notre Dame in his time.
Yeah, so it looks like, the 3 down lineman, he's playing a lot of linebacker, and, it's interesting. He looks pretty lean on his junior film. Tim, I saw him the day before he announced his commitment, to interview him and get some pictures. He does not look the same. I mean, he told me he measured in at 6'4" and a half, I think it was 243 or 245 pounds. And I was seriously like, are you sure are you sure they measure you right? You look 6'6" to me, and I'm 6'2" and a half, 6'3". I'm a pretty tall guy, and he made me feel like a small human being. So yeah, he looks like that lean, kind of like a Gobira did, when the Notre Dame defensive lineman was in high school. He's so lean and just gets after things. But Mullins going into his junior or senior season, I should say, I think he's just physically, he's a lot different. So, yeah, Tim, I don't think this one is catching a lot of headlines. It's, Notre Dame offered him earlier this year, and he's not a big media interview guy. So, not posting a ton on social media. So the commitment kind of came together quickly. So people may be hearing about Cole Mullins for the first time when he commits. Only has 1 ranking. It's from On3. It's I think a high 3-star. So he's not heralded as a big time recruit, but there's definitely a lot to like here. And I can tell you that people on Notre Dame are very excited, and he's very underrated. Now, I know some folks are probably doing a Mike Singer eye roll and be like, are you really, this is just you guys trying to sell us. But Tim, you shoot us straight. Do you like this get for Notre Dame?
Yes. I'm sitting here as you're talking, watching these last 5-6 snaps, and it's like, plays a great pad level. And obviously he's been coached. He plays, that greater Atlanta area, that surrounding area that's SEC football down there. That's big time football. He is we could talk rankings till we're blue in the face. He's a guy you watch on film and you don't care what the rankings are. It's like, seriously, he is a very good football player from one of the premier areas in the United States of America for high school football. And Notre Dame's going to go get him. So late bloomer, late riser, Notre Dame's had a great history with these guys. So you see him playing all these linebacker spots. The guy's going to be a down lineman. He's going to eat his way into being a down lineman. And when I see him, like you're saying, he looks longer. He looks bigger than 6'4". He moves well. I see this guy being 6'5", 275 by his junior year. And it's like And if he plays with that motor and just keeps getting better and better, which when you get a guy out of that type of a high school, you know he's going to excel.
Yeah, really athletic family too. His father was a quarterback at Utah State, and his mom ran track at Utah State. He's got siblings who are all athletes as well. And Cole is a first baseman on a playoff team for Mill Creek. When I saw him, they had their first playoff game that night. So yeah, really good athlete, and I agree, Tim, a good get. And then another commitment here for the Fighting Irish. This one was Friday night. This was out of the blue. Davion Dixon from Miami Beelan Jesuit Prep. Committed to the Irish over the big hitters in Florida. I mean, 6'3", 305 pounds. Pull up the offer list. Florida State, Penn State, Michigan State, Auburn. Pretty solid offer list. For this young man going into his just junior season of high school. So Tim, he's listed at 6'3", 305. Even if he's 6'2", 290, or whatever it is. This is a large human being, and this is, I would say it's really early, but it's a good get for Notre Dame here.
Oh, yes. I mean, this is definitely a guy who's going to probably end his high school career in top 300. He's going to be one of those highly ranked blue chip interior defensive tackles. Really good film. I mean, the first thing is, as soon as I saw him was reminding me of Cedric Hillard, who was a great nose guard during the Bob Davie years. He's a combination of Cedric, combination of Derek Landry, who played for Bob Davie and Charlie Weiss, and then Lewis Nix, the great nose guard. I saw all three of these guys in one player. Just the way his quickness, the way he plays with leverage, and he's going to probably be a really good looking 310, 315 pound nose guard someday at Notre Dame. So yeah, this was a stunner. I got online, saw it, I was like, whoa, heck of a get. And then you watch his film. Fantastic football player. So to go down into the heart of Miami and get a guy with the Florida offers, the big schools down there offering him is huge for Coach Freeman and the recruiting staff and Al Washington. So this is a heck of a get for 2025.
Tim, it looks like, as this interior rusher, he should not have these rip and swim moves that he had. Goodness gracious. How this guy gets after it, he is impressive. And I would want to mention, Tim, that a lot of people are probably thinking, this has shades of Brandon Davis-Swain. Davis-Swain committed to Notre Dame out of the blue for the spring game last year and as a defensive lineman. And those are all the same things with Davion Dixon. But, man, just in my interactions with Dixon or seeing him on Twitter, he's thanking everybody, who congratulated him on his commitment. He is, goes to a school, Beelan Jesuit Prep. Just seems like a real sweetheart of a kid. And I don't know. I think this one will stick. You never know, but it is really early. Who knows what's going to happen between now and the time National Signing Day comes for him. But I personally think that he will stick with his pledge, and that is the first commitment for Notre Dame in the 2025 class. Well, that's going to do it for this video. New commitments for the Irish: Cole Mullins and Davion Dixon. May the Irish have more around the corner. Definitely stay tuned to our Blue and Gold YouTube channel, and we'll have news and coverage of all of that. Please do hit that thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not done so yet. And as always, folks, we'll catch you next time.